Hello, little dreamers, and welcome. Have you ever thought about how just one person can change the whole world? Well, today we're going to hear the amazing true story of a girl who did just that. She's a real-life hero, and her name is Florence Nightingale. But first, I have a little question for you. Do you think you could change the world with just soap and fresh air? It sounds kind of like a magic trick, doesn't it? Well, get ready because the amazing girl in our story today did exactly that. All right, let's dive in. Our story begins a long, long time ago with a little girl who had a great big dream. And here she is. This is little Florence. She was actually born in a beautiful city in Italy that was also named Florence. How cool is that? Now, Florence was a very lucky girl. You see, back then, not a lot of girls got to go to school. But her father believed that learning was important for everyone, so he taught her all sorts of things. She learned about science and new languages, and she became super, super smart. But Florence was a little bit different from the other girls her age. While they loved going to fancy parties and wearing pretty dresses, Florence liked something else entirely. She loved visiting hospitals and helping people who were sick or poor. She just knew, deep down in her heart, that helping others was what she was meant to do. It was more than just a hobby. It was her calling. Like a special mission that only she could do. So, when you have a big dream like that, what do you do next? Well, you chase it with everything you've got. Let's see how Florence answered her special calling. Uh-oh, there was a bit of a problem. Back in those days, people just expected a smart girl like Florence to get married and have a family. Her parents really didn't want her to go work in a dirty, crowded hospital. But do you think Florence gave up on her dream? No way. She was so determined. So guess what she did? She started studying to be a nurse, in secret. When everyone else was asleep, she would read books and learn all about how to care for people. And it's a really good thing she studied so hard, because pretty soon the world was going to need her help in a very big way. Far, far away, a hospital was in terrible, terrible trouble. You see, a big war had started, called the Crimean War, and many, many brave soldiers were getting hurt. When Florence heard about this, she knew in her heart that she had to go and help them. And she didn't go all by herself. Florence was a natural leader. She got a team of 38 other brave women to join her, and together they all traveled a long, long way across the sea to a place called Constantinople to take care of the soldiers. But when they got there, oh my goodness, the hospital was a total disaster. It was so dirty, there wasn't any clean water, and all the windows were shut tight, so there was no fresh air. The poor soldiers weren't getting better at all. The hospital was actually making them even more sick. Florence saw this huge problem, and she knew she had to fix it, fast. And the simple, brilliant things she did next would not only save lives, but they would also earn her a very famous nickname. So, Florence came up with a plan. It wasn't complicated, it was just super smart. First, she made sure everyone washed their hands with soap. Then, she and her team of nurses scrubbed the whole hospital from top to bottom until it was sparkling clean. They threw open the windows to let in the fresh air and sunshine, and they made sure all the soldiers got good, healthy food to eat. And guess what? It worked! It really, really worked. These simple changes saved thousands and thousands of lives. The soldiers finally started to get better. It was like a miracle made of soap and fresh air. Florence worked so hard, all day and all night. Even when it was late and dark, she would walk through the hospital hallways with her little lamp, checking on every single soldier to make sure they were okay. The soldiers were so grateful. They gave her a beautiful nickname, the Lady with the Lamp. But hold on, the story doesn't end there. What Florence did during the war was just the beginning. The work she did created a legacy that helps every single one of us, even today. When Florence came back home, everyone knew she was a hero. Even the Queen of England was so impressed with her that she gave Florence a special medal and a lot of money to say thank you for her incredible work. Now, what do you think Florence did with all that money? Did she buy a fancy house? Nope. She used every last penny to open a school to train new nurses so they could go out and help even more people all over the world. Just look at that journey, from a little girl with a dream to a wartime hero to the founder of a school. Her simple ideas about keeping things clean and getting fresh air spread all over the world. And today, every hospital you go to uses Florence's ideas to keep us all safe and healthy. Okay, I want you to remember this date. It's May 12th. Does anyone have a guess why this day is so important? It's Florence Nightingale's birthday, and every single year on May 12th, the whole world celebrates International Nurses Day. It's a special day where we all get to say a great big thank you to all the amazing nurses who take care of us when we're sick, all thanks to that little girl with a big dream. So just think about it. One girl with one big dream changed the world forever with simple things like hard work, kindness, and soap. Florence Nightingale showed us all that anyone can be a hero. And that brings me to my final, most important question for you. What is your big dream?